So why do they call it spaghetti squash anyway? Hi, it's John with ProduceGeek.com. We're here in official fall, late September through October and into November. What a great time to enjoy spaghetti squash. But why do they call it spaghetti squash in the first place? Well, it is a hard squash, and when you cut it uncooked, the flesh is very hard and crispy and basically unedible. But when you cook it and we pull it apart, this is a cooked one, when you pull it apart with a fork, it kind of comes out like spaghetti noodles, right? Look at that. I'm not even halfway done with half of one, and this was a small one. Spaghetti squash. So here's the deal with spaghetti squash. Number one, it's yellow when ripe, and it's very susceptible to scarring when it's growing. So if you see lots of little bumps and nicks and healed over scars, that is not going to be a problem. It will in no way affect the internal flavor and quality of the hard squash. That's just what happens during a long growing season. So don't get caught up by that. You just need a hard yellow spaghetti squash. What I did is because to get a knife into this, you have to have a sharp knife and some leverage. So what I did was I took the whole spaghetti squash, put it in the microwave for about 3 minutes. And that just softened it up just enough to where it was easier to cut. It wasn't even like red hot or anything, and I could still handle it. And at that point, it made it easier to cut. Then I get my spoon and I scrape out all the seeds and the center part. And then I put it face down in either a microwave bowl like this or even a plate like that. Put each half face down and microwave it. And I actually put a little bit of water in either the bottom of this or the plate, just, maybe a half cup or something like that, just to keep moisture. And I microwave it for 5 minutes, check it. Another 3 minutes, check it. And what I'm checking for is, does the squash feel cooked? Can I squeeze the shell and it feels soft like this and an indent? So for this one, which was about the size of this spaghetti squash, I ended up microwaving that original 3 minutes, plus then cut it, scraped it face down, and the rest of the microwaving took maybe 8 minutes or so. You could also have it, put it face down on a baking pan that you've sprayed with maybe a little cooking oil or rubbed with olive oil so it doesn't stick, and then roast it for 45 minutes at 375 degrees. Either of those methods work, but then when you handle it, you want to give it either a little time to cool or wear an oven mitt or hold it with tongs, because this can be very hot, fresh out of the oven. But then this is what you get. So what does it taste like? Well, let me just eat a bite. The noodles, or the strands of squash, have a vegetable-y flavor, a texture of al dente pasta, just a tiny crunch to it, but also still kind of soft that you can just, you barely have to chew a ton of it. It has a little bit of a nutty flavor. It's pretty mild in terms of the squash taste. And so a lot of people enjoy just pulling the spaghetti squash apart, maybe toss it with a little olive oil and mix in some baby spinach, and bam, you got a little side dish. Or you can go all out and make a spaghetti squash casserole or lasagna. We got a great recipe in the show notes, so check that out. Really versatile how you can end up using this. Yes, you can use it as a pasta replacement, but no, it doesn't taste like pasta. Anyway, great way to get fiber and add some vegetable goodness to your meals instead of pasta, but no, it doesn't taste like pasta. Hey, the other thing that I love about fall is new crop potatoes and fingerling potatoes. And that's what I have here, is fingerling potatoes. So you got, the Russian banana and the French fingerling and some purples. There's lots of different varieties. But here's the deal with a fingerling potato. It's an elongated variety, and the skins are tender. So once this is cooked, you can just eat it right away, right? So there's no preparation or extra preparation needed. And because they're small, the cooking time is short. So these are the same fingerling potatoes. And all I did for these was I tossed them in a mixing bowl with some olive oil. Got my favorite seasoning mix for roasting these type of potatoes, which is salt, pepper, and a sweet Hungarian paprika, as well as some rosemary. Tossed in the seasonings, roasted it on an oven pan at 425 degrees for like 22 minutes until I could poke it easily with a fork, and it's ready. So, what do they taste like? Well, I'm just going to get a small one so I don't have to chew a lot. Number one, I love that seasoning mix. That was great. There's a blend that's similar to what I put on called Penzeys Northwoods Seasoning. Penzeys brand, Northwoods Seasonings. Check it out. But fingerling potatoes have kind of a waxy texture when you bite in. The skins are tender. The flavor is great. It's not like a fluffy potato, and it's not like a... it has great flavor. That's the best way I can describe it. A little waxy texture, great flavor. So 20 minutes, you're ready to go with a great side dish. And for what's best right now, keep checking back. And yes, I'm still eating lots of sweet tango apples and Honeycrisp apples this time of year. And if you find something you like, share fruit with a friend. Thanks for watching.